Mallanna Sasalu, who's the CEO South Puravankara, of course, for the South market of Puravankara. And welcome, Mr. Sasalu. Let me first start off by understanding you've acquired a 53-acre land parcel in Bengaluru. The GDV is around 4,800 odd crore. Talk to us about how quickly does the launch play out and how quickly does the development commence and end? What's the timeline? Give us a frame of that first.
Thank you, Harsh. And it's a large property. It's 53.5 acres of land, which means that it'll go for a larger master planning, and there are going to be phasing as well that needs to be done on this project. So we expect that the approvals may take anywhere around a year or so, and after that the phasing will start, and maybe this project will go on for 6 to 7 years. This is more about the scale and large project. So I think it will take around 7 to 8 years to complete this project.
Okay, 7 to 8 years to complete. Are you going to do it in phases?
It's going to be in phases because
Right.
if you look at the total saleable area would be around 6.4 million square feet, and the offtake in that area is somewhere around 2 million square feet to 3 million square feet in all in a year. So taking that into consideration, that we will be taking the large chunk of the market in the area in East Bangalore with this project. So we're expecting in the next year this project to come about, and we'll see how it goes.
And just the first phase, when's the launch timeline and what's the GDV value of the first phase, and how quickly do you close the first phase? Because demand over there will likely determine how quickly you execute, right? That 8 years could well become lower if at all the demand is strong.
This is going to be one of the largest residential projects that's going to come about there, right?
Right.
Even though there's going to be quite a number of additional, the retail and commercial and some part of the things, but it's majorly residential. So we will be doing somewhere around 6,000 to 7,000 units in that location, which means that even if you're looking at around 2,500 units in the first phase, and we look at a couple of years, 2 to 2.5 years to sell off the 2,500 units. So that would be around, roughly around, you can say, 2,000 crore rupees, 2,400 crore rupees of sales should be coming in the next one after 1 year of approval and within the 2 years of launching. So that should be the pre-sales that we are looking at from this project.
Interesting. But how are things overall when it comes to, residential and commercial markets in and around Bangalore?
Yeah, I think it's perfect. And in fact, that's what I would say. The sales are very good. And in fact, there is no dearth of demand in Bangalore. If there is any problem, it's on the supply side problem. It's our ability to bring the product to the market and approvals and other things. And we had some tough times with regards to approvals because of the e-Khata and change in the governance, that is, the BBMP, erstwhile BBMP becoming GBA with, 5 different divisions and officials, finding their places, and also quite a bit of software coordination and things that we've had, those kind of issues. But whatever the projects that have been launched and have done extremely well, and we're quite bullish on that. And as you all know that the leasing in Bangalore is also all-time high, even at half yearly, we've done extremely well. So we're quite bullish here in Bangalore.
Okay. Give us a pulse with regard to IKEA in particular. How large is the quantum and how quickly does it start to impact your P&L?
So that's around a lakh square feet. So that is what we have leased, is 2 floors in the ground, and the first floor, the retail space, is what it is. And I think that in the next year that the fit out and other things should start, and maybe in the next year we should see that coming into our books.
Okay, and is there bandwidth or space for such large deals even now within the South market that you have within commercial real estate?
Absolutely. I mean, because the metro is the game changer. Today, it's not south or the east, of course, and the east predominantly took over the last 15 years, took the lion's market share, and south today that, we can connect from anywhere to anywhere. So we are doing extremely well on our Zentech project in south. So I think the more products are, I think, and I hear that quite a number of launches in commercial are coming in South, and rightly so, because South is predominantly being an area where educational institutions and smarter or the smartest people came from South Bangalore. So I'm pretty sure that in the end of the day, it is people who are the resources that are available to work drives the commercial market, and I think South has a good future.
What about your diversification plans? Because in the past you have talked about, entering into the Pune commercial market as well, where there are already dominant big players. What about diversification? What about NCR, given that most realty majors are now becoming pan-India players?
We have significant presence in residential in Pune now, right now, and commercial, yes, the efforts are on, when the right opportunity comes and we will strike that. And for now that, we are not looking at NCR, at least in the near term. I will not say never say, never say no. But yes, at this point of time, we are not looking at NCR region.
Right. The other thing I wanted to talk about is, in FY25, you had done a pre-sales of about 5,000 crore rupees, and in H1 of FY26, your pre-sales was around about 2,400 crores. How should we look at FY26 and 27 pre-sales based on your launch pipeline, as well as do you see this demand environment in each of the micro markets as well continue?
If you look at our up to our H1, that we've done almost half of what we have done exactly last year, and despite not having any launches for the entire half year, because of the reasons that I spoke about earlier. And now that we've got one Hebagodi that's around 0.7 million square feet that got launched recently, and we have some good numbers coming out of that. And then there are at least another 8 projects up for launches. And let's see how many we can get it in the last quarter of the year. And we're quite bullish, and I think our numbers should look better by the end of the year by a margin.
Okay, Mr. Sasalu, great to have